This video is about the subject of possession. According to Happeh Theory, human beings have energy. The energy of human beings behaves like electromagnetic energy. It is invisible and it can travel through thin air. According to Happeh Theory, one human being can control or possess another human being using their energy. One human being can control or possess another human being if their energy is stronger than the energy of the other human being, or if they have been taught or learned on their own how to use their energy to possess or control another human being. This video is going to present an example of one human being who is controlling or in possession of another human being. The human being doing the controlling has stronger energy than the controlled or possessed human being, and the controlling human being has been trained in how to possess and control another human being. One of the men in this picture is the Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America in 2008. Which person in this picture looks like the Republican candidate for president? People who do not know who the Republican candidate is would tend to choose the man in the middle. People who are powerful are usually at the center of things, so it would be natural to choose the man in the center as the Republican candidate for president and the other two men as hangers-on. The Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America in 2008 is actually the man on the left. The first instinct of most people is correct, though. The powerful man in this picture is the man in the center. In fact, if the Republican candidate wins the presidential election, it will be the man in the middle who is actually the President of the United States. How can that be possible? If the Republican candidate wins the presidential election, how can the man in the middle be the president? Possession. The man in the middle of this picture has the ability to control or possess another human being. The man in the middle of this picture is controlling both the Republican presidential candidate and the other man on his left. People who cannot see the telltale signs of possession might naturally wonder what clues in the picture tell the knowledgeable person that the man in the middle is controlling the other two men. Where are the arms of the man in the middle in this picture? The man in the middle almost looks like he has no arms because they are mostly hidden by the arms of the other two men. It is not happenstance that the arms of the man in the middle are mostly hidden. The arms of the man in the middle are hanging behind the arms of the other two men because that is the natural place for the arms to fall while he controls or possesses the other two men. A person who can see energy or who is familiar with the signs of possession between two human beings knows that the arms of the man in the middle are actually inside of the other two men, as demonstrated in this picture. The modification to the picture makes it look like the man in the middle is holding the hands of the other two men, which is actually what he is doing. The energy body of the man in the middle is holding the arms of the energy bodies of the other two men and leading them wherever the man in the middle wants to go. A viewer might reasonably say that all of the claims made so far are difficult to accept based on one picture and the statements made about it. Further evidence that the Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America is possessed or controlled by the man in the middle of this picture will be presented next. The man in the middle of this picture is well known for his devotion to the country of Israel. If the major concern of the man in the middle of this picture is the plight of the country of Israel, and the man in the middle of this picture is controlling or possessing the Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America, it seems obvious that the man in the middle of this picture would use his control of the Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America to help the country of Israel. Please watch the following video clip of the Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America speaking at a public debate.
Let me get this right. We sit down with Ahmadinejad and he says, we're going to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, and we say, no, you're not?
Yeah.
The next video clip is from the same public debate.
Senator Obama doesn't seem to understand that if without precondition you sit down across the table from someone who has called Israel a stinking corpse and wants to destroy that country and wipe it off the map.
Another video clip from the same public debate will be shown next.
Here is Ahmadinejad, who is now in New York talking about the extermination of the state of Israel, of wiping Israel off the map. And we're going to sit down without precondition across the table to legitimize and give a propaganda platform to a person that is espousing the extermination of the state of Israel.
And another video clip from the same public debate.
Now, we cannot allow a second Holocaust. Let's just make that very clear.
Then the final example video clip from the same public debate.
My reading of the threat from Iran is that if Iran acquires nuclear weapons, it's an existential threat to the state of Israel.
The Republican candidate for the President of the United States of America devoted his limited time in the public debate on 5 different occasions to talking about the plight of the foreign country of Israel. According to Happeh Theory, all of those statements about the foreign country of Israel, made during a debate whose purpose was to convince American voters who would be the best president of the United States of America, are a sign of the control that the man in the middle of this picture, who is devoted to the country of Israel, has over the Republican candidate for President of the United States of America.